Toyota. You see this name everywhere. What is Toyota's secret? It all started with this guy, Sakichi Toyoda. His obsession led to this beast, the 1924 Model G automatic loom. This loom was so revolutionary. This machine had a superpower that he called Jidoka, automation with a human touch. It's like giving the machine a human brain. If just one thread broke, the entire machine would stop. A British company paid £100,000 just for the patent, but Sakichi didn't want the money. He gave the entire pile of cash to his son, Kiichiro, and said, "Go build your dream." And Kiichiro's dream was crazy. He wasn't interested in looms. He was obsessed with cars. He saw the giant American car companies and thought, Japan needs to do that, but bigger. At the time, almost every car in Japan was a Ford or a GM. Kiichiro wanted to build Japan's car, and one day, conquer the world. This was the biggest risk in the company's history. Literally everyone told him he was crazy. But Kiichiro had his dad's permission and that huge pile of cash, so he did not give up. In 1933, the company let him start a tiny automotive department. There was just one problem. They had no idea how to build a car. So what did they do? They bought a brand new Chevy and took it apart piece by piece. They weren't just copying it. They were reverse engineering it to learn every single secret. And that became their new strategy. Learn from the best, and then, using the principle of Kaizen, make it better. Their first engine was a perfect clone of the Chevy engine, and they put it in their first prototype, the Model A1, in 1935.
The car was a Frankenstein of all the best American cars. It had the Chevy engine, a Ford frame, and a Chrysler body. And the first thing Kiichiro did when it was done was drive it to his dad's grave to show him he kept his promise.
A year later, their first real car, the Model AA, went on sale. And they did something genius. They priced it just a little bit cheaper than Ford and GM. But they needed a new name. Toyota means fertile rice paddies, which is not great for a car company. So they held a competition, and the winner was Toyota. And this is crazy. In Japanese, Toyota is written with 8 brushstrokes, and 8 is a super lucky number in Japan. Toyota was 10 strokes. They literally changed their name for good luck. And in 1937, the Toyota Motor Company was officially born. But then, disaster struck. World War II started, and the government forced Toyota to only build trucks for the army. The war completely destroyed their business, and Toyota was about to go bankrupt. It was so bad that Kiichiro, the guy who started it all, quit in 1950. He died only 2 years later before ever seeing his company take over the world. It's absolutely unbelievable. But from the absolute bottom, Toyota created its most powerful weapon. These two legends, Eiji Toyoda and Taiichi Ohno, invented something that would change manufacturing forever, the Toyota production system. See, Henry Ford's idea was to push. Just make millions of parts as fast as you can. But that creates so much waste. Toyota had no money and no parts, so they couldn't waste anything. So they invented a pull system called just-in-time, and they got the idea from American supermarkets. Think about it. A supermarket only restocks a shelf when a customer buys something. That is the billion-dollar idea. Every station in the factory only makes the exact part the next station needs, right when they need it. No more piles of wasted parts. Zero waste. It was pure genius. And they brought back that Jidoka idea, the one from the Loom. Any worker could stop the entire assembly line if they saw just one tiny mistake. Nobody had ever done this. Instead of finding mistakes at the end, they made it impossible to make mistakes in the first place.
This, plus the Kaizen idea of always improving, turned every single employee into a problem-solving machine.
With this secret weapon, Toyota was ready to take over the world. At first, nobody in America cared, until they saw the Toyota Land Cruiser. That thing was an indestructible tank, and people went crazy for it, just like they did for the legendary Toyota Hilux. But the real explosion happened during the oil crisis in the 1970s. Gas prices went through the roof, and suddenly everyone wanted small cars that saved gas. And guess who was ready? Toyota, with their super reliable Corollas. While other companies were making giant gas-guzzling cars, Toyota was making cars that were cheap, efficient, and that literally never broke down. Their reputation for quality became unstoppable.
Throughout the 80s and 90s, they just kept growing and growing, even releasing legends like the Toyota Supra. And then, in 1997, they dropped another bombshell, the Prius, the world's first mass-produced hybrid car. They weren't just winning anymore, they were changing the entire game. The father, Sakichi, gave Toyota its brain, the obsession with quality. And the son, Kiichiro, gave Toyota its heart, the crazy dream to conquer the world. Every single Toyota today is connected to that original Loom. They didn't just switch from looms to cars, they built a philosophy that changed how the world makes things. This is one of the most insane business stories ever. Comment below which company we should expose next. And if you still can't believe a cloth machine built a car empire, subscribe right now so you don't miss the next crazy story.